why going on strike on September 1st is a bad idea.
Let's talk about the September 1st strike and what qualifies me to talk about the September 1st strike. First off, I'm an expert on history. Secondly, I have participated in 4 of these things in my lifetime. Now, I have a couple of problems with what's being stated. On September 1st, we're not supposed to go to work or pay rent or buy shit. Well, that's a strike and a boycott. Now, I'm not trying to be pedantic, but it's a little difficult to combine them both. According to their website, they need at least 3 million people to sign strike cards. You know, it feels like a petition thing. All right, and that's where I'm beginning to feel this is, as the kids say, kind of sus. Back in 2019, the person who owns Goya came out and said something supportive of Trump. A quick reaction was a few of our so-called left progressive politicians came out and said we should boycott Goya. And online, the idea took off. Now, fiscal quarters, for that time, this was about late July, early August, the fiscal quarter was going to end in September. What happened was when the left said we should boycott Goya, the right went out and bought a lot of Goya. All the MAGA nuts that keep making Trump rich, they went out and bought Goya. So when the fiscal quarter ended in September 30th, Goya had a profit. And then the owner was like, oh, thank you, leftists, thank you, AOC, for giving me a profit. And everybody got demoralized. But they only got the profit because MAGA bought a lot of their shit. MAGA are racist. They weren't going to keep buying Goya. The Montgomery bus boycott was planned for about three and a half years. All that happened with Rosa Parks and the other young women who got arrested, that was planned. And then it took them a year and a half because if you're going to strike or boycott, it's going to take about 3 or 4 fiscal quarters before big companies feel it. So a strike or a boycott has to be sustained. Like, look how long the actors and the writers have been on strike. Now Hollywood is beginning to feel it because they know they're running out of content. They know no one's going for this AI shit. So I began hearing about this about Friday, Thursday, and they want us to organize 3 million people by the 1st. Even by social media standards, that's a very short time. And it makes no sense. What significance is September 1st? Why that date? I would have picked Labor Day. I would have picked, oh my God, the end of Thanksgiving. As soon as the Christmas season starts, I would have been like, okay, we stop buying shit. They'd feel that. And like I said, people are a little demoralized about a lot of the stuff they think don't work. Goya didn't actually not work. It was more of a fad than a plan. And what this young woman is saying is absolutely true. It has to come with a plan. You got to plan this out. Do you think the writers went on strike just willy-nilly? No, they planned this out. Another TikTok creator said, you know, we got to be aware that COINTELPRO still exists and it does this shit. Because I can see September 1st coming, it not working out like everybody wants it to. Then September 2nd, everybody's going to be coming down. Oh, you see, these strikes don't work. These boycotts don't work. But it isn't that they don't work. It's just too quick and is a little ill-conceived and there's no planning. Because this can work. I'm just like, why don't we strike the Christmas season or boycott the Christmas season? That'll do it. Oh, stop paying rent en masse between the end of November and January 1st. Every landlord in this country would feel it. And what are they going to do? Kick everybody out? But September 1st, in 2 weeks, that just feels so, ill-conceived. Now, here's my suggestion to everybody who feels like I do, like there's something sus about this. Let it go, but plan ourselves. let's come together and find a real date and get ready to pick up the people who'll be demoralized, because it's going to work. I know exactly what's going to happen. Like I said, I have literally studied and participated in these type of things. And the one boycott that we didn't plan did not work. It's not a bad idea. I just think it needs more. And the people who are on that website, I don't know who they are. And here's the weird thing. None of them are making videos about the strike. What the hell is that about? Listen, if it's sus, don't trust it. Like I said, it is not that this is a bad idea. I just think we need to reconceive what we're going to do. Remember these words, people. Montgomery bus boycott took a year. Remember the last writer's strike? They were on strike for a minute before the studios caved. They have been on strike now since what? May, June, July? And now they all realize they're risking loss of homes and rent problems, but they're sustaining. That's how it's got to work. We can't just say an arbitrary date and then think it's going to work. And strike, well, is it a strike or a boycott? Now, don't get me wrong. It can be both. As a matter of fact, that's a good action, because in the 50s, a general boycott was one thing, but a strike and a boycott, no one going to work and no one spending, look how that hurt companies during COVID. So this can work. I just think it needs to be developed better. I'm with this young woman. It needs to be planned. And one more thing, strike/boycott, I love it. Because my motto is, when they go low, we go big, and we're going to have to go big if we want to get anything done. So, once again, I reiterate, I am not saying it can't work. I just think time frame is too tight and there's too little planning about this. So, let's reconvene, replan, and do a real thing. A real strike, a real boycott, because this does not feel real to me. And if I'm wrong, okay, no problem. But I don't think I'm wrong. I've had too much experience with this kind of thing. We can do this. We just need to plan it a little bit better, because Christmas season would really hurt the fuck out of them if we did this. Just think about it.